Welcome to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia, and for the sake of an experiment, today I am going to call this second episode of Senior Insights, I am going to call it the Afternoon Scoop. And what I decided to do, I got a lot of really good suggestions, and I had a lot of thoughts on my own in terms of what I should call our gathering in the afternoon. And I'm going to try all of them, I hope. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the one that gets the most views. Because we're in a business, ladies and gentlemen, and we want tons of people to enjoy our joy, because we do have lots to be thankful for. I also thought that maybe when we have our gatherings, I got my nuts. See this dish? Isn't that the cutest dish? And doesn't it go like with a cabin in the woods? Well, once again, my friend Anne, she gave it to me a couple of years ago. It's filled with nuts. When she gave it to me, I thought to myself, oh, that's really cute, just what I need. Another knick-knack, another thing to declutter down the road. I love it. I love it. It's just the perfect size, like for snacks and stuff. You guys have eaten practically all my cashews. Bring your own. When you come to a gathering, you're supposed to bring your own stuff. Cheese and crackers, whatever. So today we're going to go out on the deck, even though it looks like I'm still in the same fancy studio. So we're going to visualize that we're on the deck, if that's okay with you, because, well, I have my iced tea. I don't have that salsa water that I had yesterday. Was so gross. I don't like it. Somebody else had a few, there was a few suggestions on that. And then guess what? I have my microphone right here in front of my face. And I pray that you folks can hear me, because that has been a very bad issue this week. Anyway, I thought a little bit about these gatherings and what I would like them to be. I want us to get together like friends, because we are friends, right? And we know that that's one of the purposes of this channel, Senior Insights, is I want to be your friend, and I want you to be my friend. I want you to hang out with me because you want to hang out with me. So, where was I going with that? Anyway, I thought that we could use this special time together to gossip. Isn't that what a bunch of, excuse the expression, old hens do when they get together? That's what people think, and that's what they call us. Well, that is not the case. So one of the things that I would like to do in this is I would like to talk about some of our community members, some of them that are having great success, some of them who are struggling, some of them who are having physical challenges, monetary challenges, and we're going to call it gossip. Isn't that kind of juicy, gossip? We're not supposed to gossip. So try and look at this as a kind thing, and we're doing a good thing by getting together and talking about these. The other one that I visited was plain vanilla grandma. And what I discovered, she is anything but plain. She has some great ideas. She just sits and talks about her day or what's going on. Sometimes she will share a recipe, mostly about her family she talks about. She recently lost a dog, but her grandchildren were away someplace and they returned, and she had this elaborate party that she planned for them that took work. She had watermelon paper plates. She got watermelon cups at the Dollar Tree. She cut the watermelon up in cubes and made ice cubes out of them. Then she made sugar cookies and she frosted them to look like watermelon slices. How cool is that? So she's got a lot of different things on her channel that you might want to visit. There's one other person, but I'm going to talk about her tomorrow. Well, at least one other person. So if you're out there and you're feeling like, gee, she didn't talk about me, I will. Promise. Tomorrow. Thanks. These people. So I haven't talked about Gina in quite a while. Gina used to be from Simply Heart and Home, and she changed the name of her channel. And it's called Little Portion Cottage. And I watched her the other day, and she was, look at me chewing away while I'm talking. Well, that's what you do, like at happy hour or whatever this is. What did I call it? Afternoon scoop. So Gina, I watched her the other day. I watch her just about every day, but sometimes I don't have time to watch all of my friends because I'm too busy. I'm getting ready for afternoon delight or whatever that is. I'm limping along. I'm going to doctors. I'm checking my fan mail. Anyway, Little Portion Cottage Gina, I watched her the other day, and she showed some dresses that she had just purchased. And they're kind of like jumpers, and they're very pretty, and she has a particular store that she purchases her dresses from. If you notice, she always wears like a jumper with a t-shirt underneath it. That's something that I've always tried to do, but somehow I've gravitated to jeans and t-shirts. And the last time I was in Martin's, they had all these, are you familiar with the brand Color Me Tees? And they're usually like naturally dyed t-shirts. Well, they had a whole bunch of them, 4 for $10. Well, first of all, I couldn't pass up 4 for $10. Doesn't that start your mind clinging and dinging when you're not supposed to be spending money? So I usually buy extra large or extra large, and I hold them up and I try and figure out which one, because I don't like anything clingy or whatever. So I bought 4 of these t-shirts. Of course, they're men's t-shirts. They're not particularly attractive colors. They're all dark colors. I buy them, and they look like, I was going to say hell, but I'm going to say heck on me. But they're comfortable, but they don't look good. I always thought that older women should wear denim skirts, shirts. I think I told you that. Like an Oxford shirt and their hair in a bun. Well, I can't wear my hair in a bun, obviously. And hopefully I'm going to get it cut someday real soon. Anyway, what does that have to do with it? So go over and check out her dresses. She got some really pretty dresses, and they're jumpers, and I don't know how much they cost. She did say that she got them on sale, but that they're still expensive. But I can't remember the name. So go and watch her. She has, it's a new channel. It's called Little Portion Cottage, and it's Gina. And then I watched Simply Grandma Dawn, and you know Dawn is, she's here with us right now, Dawn Rock. And she's a lovely lady. She comments every day. She has a channel. And she did the best video yesterday on explaining what MS is. She has MS. And she explained, you know, the physiology of it and how it affects your body and the symptoms and what she's living with. And you would never know that to look at her when she does her videos. So I would encourage you to go and visit Dawn, because first of all, she's wearing cherries in the snow. Yep. She is. So we have a little movement going, so we have to support people in the movement, right? So then, her channel is called Simply Grandma Dawn. Then we have Marsha, and Marsha is from Kansas Misfits. And I watch her channel just about every day. She is one of the most hardworking women that I know. She can't be here today because she's not feeling good. Maybe she'll pop in later, when the stragglers come in. But she's not feeling good, and she explains how she's feeling. And I think she could use the support and the prayers of us people talking about the afternoon scoop. Marsha is part of the afternoon scoop. She's part of this group. I know she's probably not here. She's having a tough time. And then, who else? Simply Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue, she is getting a new sink. And she is very excited about it. And you should share her excitement. I bet she sneaks in on this meeting and she'll hear us. I hope she doesn't hear us gossiping about her. But she is a lovely lady. And she wears her hair up in a bun. Like I told you, I envision older people. But she's actually younger than we are. Than most of us are. But she has a very sweet channel. She's just simply Debbie Sue. And she told a story about her mother. She loved her mother. And I found it very heartwarming. And so if she didn't show up today, go and tell her she needs to come. Because she needs to hang around with us. I think she does, though. She'll probably sneak in. Then I found this other channel. Now, I promise you, anyone that I discover that has a channel, I am going to gossip about you. But there's only so many people that I can gossip about because I don't want to get a reputation for gossiping. I just want to tell you about these things and throw a little juice in there so you'll go and see them. But there's tons more. So make sure you come. Then I found this other one. This is a new one to me. And it's Vicki O'Sullivan. And I haven't had a lot of time to explore what she's really up to. But, we talk about crafts. We talk about doing things to be busy. We talk about teas. She does a lot of crafts with tea bags. She's on this channel. She might be here today because I think she's sort of new. And her name is Vicki O'Sullivan, and her channel's name is Retro Queen Bee. She thinks highly of herself, doesn't she? Queen Bee. I haven't had a chance to watch an awful lot, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd like to mention it. The other thing that I totally forgot to do, I'm not going to do any more gossiping because that's enough, You're not supposed to gossip. But I kind of looked at it as just chatting with friends. They're here. They're our friends. They're a member of this group and community, and we need to, that's what we want to do. Talk about each other, support each other. I can't talk because I'm eating these peanuts. The muffins actually would have been better. Now, I'm not going to put that in my mouth. This is what I do. I woof stuff down and I go, shovel it in. But cashews are good. What do you guys have? Do you have salsa and chips? I was going to do salsa and chips today, but I said, well, they can't hear me. And if I have crackling, can you imagine the comments? I hear crackling. I'm only kidding. You can tell me the deficits because I have to fix them. But anyway, I don't want to be doom and gloom and everything. This is a happy time. And it's a happy hour too. And you can have a cocktail. Some people had beers yesterday. Some people had wine. Some people had iced tea. Anyway, what I wanted to start this afternoon scoop with was some relaxation. But I forgot. So as I wrap this up, because I have to go someplace, and you people are going to have to get out of here, let's do the relaxation. So get back in a comfortable chair. Don't fall, don't tilt backwards in one of those zero gravity chairs. They can tip over. You don't want to tip over. You want to relax. Sit relaxed wherever you are. If you're in bed, if you're in a chair, if you're in a recliner, if you're in this stupid office chair. And just close your eyes. Well, how can you close your eyes if I'm going to also tell you to breathe along with me? I don't want you to see me breathing. No, close your eyes and try and let all your muscles relax. I can feel it happening. Now take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it as long as you can. Let it out through pursed lips. Can you feel that? See, you probably have been forgetting to breathe. Do it again. Isn't that awesome? You can actually feel your body relaxing. I was noticing my shoulders are tense. But anyway, I was planning on opening with that. But the dog wants to go out now. She's going to have to wait because I'm saying goodbye to you folks. I don't know what our afternoon chat will be about tomorrow or what it will be called, but kind of look for it. And don't forget the board meeting on Saturday, because you really need to be there, because that's how this whole operation functions. So I will see you tomorrow for coffee. I was looking for my coffee cup. I don't have one. But I'll see you tomorrow for the afternoon scoop. Okay. Bye. I love you all. You guys are so awesome.